Hi everybody, it's Diane, Lucky Gardenia, coming to you from Texas. It's not quite 10 o'clock Central Time. Kind of threw myself together to hopefully get a video up and posted. It's been, I think, probably 3 weeks, and I really did not intend for it to go that long. I made some notes, so I'll be looking down, so hopefully that won't be too distracting. I've got a little bit of haul. I have some very minute works in progress that I can share. I have got kind of what's been going on with me update and some plans for my future that I want to talk to you about, and maybe somebody wants to join me in it, and heaven knows what else is going to pop out of my mouth. But it's been a really crazy last over a week. My dad, who's been having health issues this year, had a heart attack last Monday, and still not well enough, and different various things going on. But between that and big repairs at his house happening while he was in the hospital, and just different family goings on, it's just been crazy. So I think I look really flush, and it's probably because I have been such high anxiety, and I get that way, and that's just the way it is. I think I'm looking really, really red. My iPad has very little juice. I'm going to share a whip in progress that may be totally out of order from when I cover, or when I plan to cover it, but this is not going to hold up. I was watching a YouTube video, and for the life of me I can't think of the name right now, and I've been currently making very little progress. This is the lemon crate. Trying to see if I can find the pattern. I think you can see it up there. And I also love the cherries. But the lemon crate is what I'm working on, and as you can see, I've made very little progress. I took cross-stitching up to the hospital with all intentions of working on it, and my dad is pretty high maintenance when you're there in the room with him, so as far as being able to get anything out and working on it, it just wasn't going to happen. And then getting home so late at night, eating after 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and then going to bed and then working, it's been really crazy. But I did see something that I'm like a dog chasing a rabbit or a squirrel. I see something new and something really cool somebody's working on, and I've got tons of projects that I could work on, but you know, that hits my fancy. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I'll hold it up close. Not going to be able to see it very well. It's All Creatures Great and Small, and it's by Barbara Anna, that's A-N-A Designs, and it's, again, All Creatures Great and Small, and it is really adorable. And the stitcher I saw, I believe she may be in Australia or somewhere around that part of the world, and she is doing a lovely job. And she said that it's so fun to stitch that the other project she's working on, she's really wanting to work on this one. And from what I can tell, it's not a lot of confetti. You know, it's more of the old style type of sampler, and it's got Adam and Eve, and it's got farm animals, and it's just really cute. So I go to Yahoo, you may go to Google, just put in cross stitch, All Creatures Great and Small, look at images, and you'll see it. This is how far I've gotten, barely anything, and I had made some progress, and then I had a wonderful viewer, I think her name is Karen, watch one of my earlier videos, struggling with strands laying perfectly down, you know, flat. She suggested 2 strands on 14 Eta, and I was using 3, and it was looking pretty dense. So I'd like y'all's input on 14 count Eta. Do you use 2 strands of DMC or 3? I decided I did a couple, you know, sample stitches, and 2 looked fine, and so I've been ripping it out, which means, you know, of course going backwards, but I just started it, so I thought better to catch it right now and we'll be good to go. So those are the 2 whips in progress. I do have a little bit of haul to share, and I'll do that. And then there'll be other stuff, so if you aren't interested in it, you certainly won't have to watch it. This, I may have already shown this. I'm going to show it again because I'm not sure. It's a Design Works. It is everything you could love about coffee. I'm trying to see a name on it. I don't really see a name. It originally, the asking price is $20. It was down to $9.99 at Joann's, and I had a coupon. I think I got it for $5. And it's really cute. It's got Irish coffee lattes, cappuccino, frappuccino, Irish coffee, iced coffee. Anyway, fall's not that far off. I'll start to drinking coffee, and this one just looked like something fun to stitch. So, and all the floss with it. Eta, usually they don't give me enough wiggle room on there to feel comfortable using the piece of Eta that they put in there. I usually just use, you know, buy a bigger piece, and of course, you know, finish off the edges. But just the floss alone are well worth and the pattern are worth the $5. The next 3 patterns I came across when I'm going up to northern part of Texas, up north from me, where my horse is being boarded. There's a Michael's and there is a Hobby Lobby. So temptation is there. Not only do I have the trifecta here locally within a mile or 2, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's, but the 2 when I go up that way, and they do carry different merchandise. The first one that caught my eye, it's Joy, and it's really bright, almost neon green Eta, and I don't think I've ever seen neon green Eta. And just fun, colorful yarn, and I don't know if I'm getting it close enough. It just looks really fun. Of course, there is quite a bit of back stitching on these, but this is the one that caught my eye because, you know, pick a word for the year, and a couple of years I've kind of kept the same one, is, you know, to seek joy, and that means with it, you know, having peace with everything, and then going outside of your box and finding things that maybe you didn't know that you could find joyful. The second one that caught my eye is Love. And I know I said earlier on one of my first videos that I'm a Apache Bell alum, and what caught my eye is the Love is in yellow and the arrows are in black, and that's the Tyler Junior College's colors, black and gold. And this year is the 70th anniversary of the Apache Bells. They were established in 1947. So I was thinking I was going to change the yellow on this to make it more true to what the Apache Bells color, you know, uniform color is, and then maybe put down here Apache Bell line 31, 70th anniversary or something in the year. Something to make it, you know, personalized to me. And the blue on this looks really, you know, pretty deep periwinkle, and it's really a very slight blue. I may prefer to do it on white. I haven't really thought about it, but I do think I will add on to it something about the patchy bells. So I bought those two. That was on the drive up to the stables. And then, you know, I'm in there, I'm working with Gracie, and I start thinking about the third of this similar type of kit. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll drive by, you know, drive up on my lunch hour the next week, or, you know, next weekend, hopefully when I can get up here. And I just thought, I looked at my clock when I was driving, I thought, hey, it's 10 minutes to 8. I think I can get in there and out because I know what I'm getting. Use the coupon again, use a different aisle so they don't know I just used it. And it's also Apache Bell related because, of course, when you're on the internationally famous Apache Bells, your main thing is to smile when you're performing. So I thought that this could not be passed by because I may not see it again. They're just really fun, bright, cheerful, fun little kits. And I believe they had their kits originally 30% off. I used 40% off on 2 of those. So pretty good deals there. Let me look at my notes and see what I'm forgetting. Okay, that is probably all the updates as far as cross stitching, but I don't know if you're like me. I love to hear everybody's life. There is vast differences in where we live and what part of the year it is. You know, it's becoming fall here, it's spring in probably Australia, and just the different things that we're into. You know, we have the common interest of cross stitch, but I love hearing beyond the stitching projects. I'm about the process, I'm not about the completion for the most part. So I really enjoy getting the little nuggets of everybody's life. So I'm going to share mine. Like I said, if this is of no interest of yours, you know, feel free to fast forward or, you know, check me next week, maybe I'll have more. I do have a couple dolls to share, and I also wanted to talk about a video I came across, and I think I'll talk to that next. It's the Reset Girl, and I also love planners. There's several things that I'm pretty much addicted to, and planners are one of those, and it could be a ring binder or a traveler's notebook, and I'd gone more towards the traveler's notebook, and now I'm going kind of swinging back to using both the traveler's notebooks and the binders. What was really cool is I came across someone that I really had not spent the time to look at their website or the Facebook pages or look at any of the videos. And I don't know how I ran across it, but it's the Reset Girl. And it's like, you know, the reset button. And I think originally when she started the Reset, and I think it started as maybe a blog and maybe an Etsy store, that she was at a juncture in her life where she wanted a reset. And maybe just another fork in the road. Maybe it's your children are moving off to college and you're no longer, you know, day-to-day activities with them, and you know, you have to look ahead and where you're headed. So I thought that's really cool, and she's come out with all kinds of planner projects, products to support it, but that's came years after it. She's actually, I ordered, let me try and find it. Here it is. Carpe Diem has split leather binders out, and this is Ballet Pink, and I love Ballet Pink, so of course I had to buy that color. And what's really cool is all the retro. She is very retro, and let me you can watch her videos, and there's unboxing of these, as much as there are Flosstubes. The planner people are hardcore planner people. Anyway, I thought, there's a couple things I really need to focus on, and I know Corey is her name, is working on her health and diet, and I think fitness. And I thought, gee, my 40th reunion's coming up in October. I'm like counting down, okay, how long do I have to lose about 20 to 30 pounds? And aside, the high school that I went to, this is our 40th, the girls from our class are still just gorgeous and look like they have not had children. It's just, it's like, do I have that expectation of myself to really do that, or do I just do my best and go the way I am? Most of the friends of mine were on Facebook together. Quite a few of my girlfriends from high school, we started. I'm a founder or creator of the Tutu Sisterhood, i.e. Marilyn and her tutu. And happy for you to check out our Tutu Sisterhood Facebook page and request to be a member. And it's all very positive, and we do a lot of charity work. But most of the initial core group were from high school. So when I think back on my reunion for our 30th, I wasn't married at the time. I just broken up with the guy I was living with, and it's like you go there alone. And at that time, I really was not. I think that was in 2007. I hadn't been on Facebook, so my connections, I hadn't seen people in years, and 30 years for some. And it's really hard when you're not there as a couple, at least when you're there with a husband or a partner or whoever you're dating. You have someone to automatically talk to. When you're there by yourself, it's really quite awkward. And I was popular in high school. I was an officer on the drill team, but it just doesn't help. I mean, time has gone by, and at that 30th, I just felt really out of place, and didn't stay there as long as I probably should have to enjoy everyone. This year's reunion, our 40th, is going to be different. The Tutu Sisterhood's going to be there en masse. I just got a wonderful email from my best friend. We became best friends in junior high, and she's flying in from California, and is going to be by herself, and asked if I would be her buddy, at the reunion. I thought, yes, I know how you feel. This year I have the Tutu Sisterhood, but I am so thrilled to get to see her again. She was one of those friends that really was a pivotal fork in the road for my life. I had gone to another junior high, and they have elementary schools feeding into the junior highs, and the school was a little bit more, all I can say is fast. Then I was pretty naive, and I just really felt uncomfortable there. Well, they happened to open up a brand new junior high, and I was in the area where that you could put in a transfer request, and my neighbor and I did, and was able to transfer for 8th and 9th grade, and had the best time. I had the best of friends. We're still close. We do happy hours. Some of those friends, the unfortunate thing about that junior high is when we went to 9th grade or 10th grade, half of us went to one high school and half went to another. So that was really kind of disturbing, because you had really good friendships that kind of just got torn at the seams. But Karen and I became friends, and I, to this day I'm gonna have to go look from my diaries to maybe it was in PE class, I'm not quite sure, but she's gorgeous. She was, always a cheerleader, and my whole life changed at that point. And I think my whole life would have taken a totally different trajectory had our friendship not occurred. So I am so thankful to her. We had such great times together, and I've been able to be friends with her on Facebook, and she's got the most wonderful family. Her daughter is exquisite and starting a life coaching career. And just, you know, when I look at her pictures with her kids, it's kind of the way I am with my children. I'm just a goofball, and you can tell that they just love each other. They are goofing around, having fun on all the pictures, and it's like, how I wish she lived closer. You know, I'm in Texas and she's in California, but I'm looking forward to reconnecting that friendship and hopefully keeping more contact other than just checking out each other's Facebook page. So, any tips on how to get in better shape before your 40th reunion? And I was talking to my daughter, it was like, Robin, I really, for my Christmas present, I want you and your boyfriend to pick me up from the reunion so I can drink and not have to drive home. And she's like, use Uber. And I am not going to use Uber by myself. I'm sorry. I'm just not. The reunion's in downtown Dallas, and I just really want to have a good time. So, and I have pugs, so it's not like I can check into the hotel and not worry about it. So hopefully I can sweet talk her or my daughter Jennifer into driving by and picking Mom up and dropping her off at home. Anyway, so that's coming up, and then the week after that is the 70th anniversary homecoming of the Apache Bells. So I guess if I'm gonna lose weight, this is the time to do it. It's a 2-week period. I really want to look fabulous. So that's what's going on with that. I would also touch back on the Reset Girl, the Ballet Pink. You know, I have decided, it's been, I don't know how many years, you know, I've been feeling pretty lousy, and found out my thyroid was not active enough, and so have been on one medication, and it's helped a little, not tremendously. And wouldn't you know, the day before I go to the arthritis doctor 4 times a year, and when you're on certain type of medications, you know, they need to keep tabs on you. And I'm looking on YouTube again, and there's this blog, or a video blog, from a former ballerina from, I think it's American Ballet Company in New York. So you know she was top of her game, and she was talking through what she experienced. She was I think a principal dancer, so that is the highest, I think, level you can be. And you know, all of a sudden she started to feel sluggish, her hair falling out, weight gain, and she was, for heaven's sakes, exercising most of the day, you know, 7 days a week. So there was just no reason for it. So she also had, her thyroid was not working, and she got on medication. Somewhat like I did not have the, it did not do what it should be doing. And she wasn't losing the weight, her hair was still coming out, and went to all these doctors in New York, and finally went to a doctor that said, let's just ignore the blood test, because your blood tests are coming like it's gotten up to the correct threshold, and let's add this other medication on and see what happens. And I think it's the T3 and T4 or something like that. So anyway, and she said that for some reason her body was attacking the thyroid medicine, and that even though it was registering as the appropriate level, it really was not doing what it should be doing. And thyroids really impact your entire body. So I went in, and you know, I had taken a picture of the name of how to spell the medication, and you know, when I first brought it up, it's like, I actually thought I had lost weight. You know, you have your jeans on, you know how they feel, and they've been loose, and I'll be darned if I hadn't gained 3 pounds since in the last 3 months. And it's like, how is that? And so anyway, I brought it up, and I could see him over on his iPhone, pulling up the data on him, and he asked me how I heard about it. And I was honest with what I said, and this was not a flaky video. This was a professional dancer with real life experience, very common to mine. I didn't have hair loss, but where you just can't move, your muscles don't work, you're sluggish, you're tired. And with that little of adjustment with hers, she said it was slowly beginning, her weight was coming off, her energy was coming back, and her hair was not continuing to fall out. So he agreed to put me on a very low dosage to see what happened. Fingers crossed. Maybe this is the answer to my prayer for my for the anniversary for the Apache Bells and for my reunion. Wouldn't that be a godsend? But given that probably is not going to do it, I've done two things for myself. Surprise! I bought, first, I'm looking at it. That's why I'm looking over here. It's called Vita Vibe, and it's a portable ballet bar. And I got it in hot pink, and I got a really good deal on eBay. And I mean, I was stocking that. I was not going to put a bid on it. I could have ended up paying $50 more to buy it now. And it's like, no, I want to see if I can get it. And haven't used it as, with all the craziness going on. But I think I'm really going to like it. It's adjustable. I'm short and I'm shrinking, so for different type of things that you would do at the bar, whether you're going to put your leg on the bar and stretch, or just hold on and do floor work, you want a probably different height. So it's very easily put together and disassembled. Even had a carrying bag, a canvas bag for that. So got that. But I also splurged and got a fluidity bar. And I'd seen these on TV. I think my partner in crime, 222, from the 22 Sisterhood, has a fluidity bar. And I was just fascinated with them. And I was watching the videos, and per se, it's not really to do what you would do in a ballet class. There are some different ways you can use the bar with bands and different things. You can use it, it's so sturdy, you can use it to do like sitting pull-ups, and several videos that are out there for just that bar. It comes with like this fold-out mat. I don't think I like that idea very much. I mean, I have yoga mats if I wanted to use that, but what's really cool about it is it really folds down, I think, to like 6 inches, and it's probably, I think I measured it, maybe 38 inches wide, I'm guessing. And it's got wheels. You can, move this thing out of the way. So those are two things that I've done in preparation for getting back into fitness. I did have a pair of ballet slippers, not toe shoes. And I ordered a pair, the ballet shoes, the different companies fitting, it's not like your normal street shoe. So I was reading all the reviews, and, it said, order 2 to 3 sizes smaller than yours. I'm like, holy cow. So I ordered, I think, 2 sizes smaller. And because you can adjust them with the string that kind of goes around the shoe, you can tighten it up. So those came in, got them Amazon Prime. I love Prime. I get free shipping all the time, and it benefits the DFW Pug Rescue. So got those. But then, guess what? I did a little researching, and there is the Texas Ballet Theater School. There's one in Fort Worth, and there's one in Dallas. They have adult beginner classes. Beginner, did you hear that? Beginner. Now, when they say adult, they probably mean someone that's 18, 19. So I called, and was trying to, they don't offer the class in Dallas, which is closer, but it's on Saturdays in Fort Worth. And, you know, I was trying to get a kind of a take for the age group, and it is a drop-in class, which means you don't have to commit to a whole semester. And given the way my life and my family's life has been going, that would not work very well. But haven't been able to make it over there, but I got the shoes for that. And she sent me the price sheets, and you know, it had for drop-in rate, you know, your first class is like $10, and then if you're a student in different, you know, levels, and then there was senior, and I'm like, is that like a senior dancer, like in the troupe? So I called and I said, does this mean senior citizen? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, what age does that start at? You know, I'm in my later 50s, and thought maybe I'd qualify, and I'm not gonna not take a discount. And lo and behold, I meet the threshold, and a normal class I think would be $16, and for a senior it is $12. So I'm hoping to get over there, and I think it would just be fun. I think you have to be really comfortable doing something badly, and this is something I would do very badly, but I think it would be really good for my bones and good for, you know, stretching, and you know, just to do something different. And you know, we got to stretch our boundaries sometimes, and mine are really pretty tight. So that's my thought. If not, I've got my ballet bars here, and I pulled out all my DVDs that I bought years ago. I think I have probably 10 to 12 ballet routine workouts or programs on DVD. Plus there's some on YouTube, believe that or not. So, not that I will ever dance in front of anybody, but I think I could go to a drop-in class. And I call my oldest daughter Robin. I'm like, you want to do something crazy? And she's like, what? And I said, you know, this ballet class. Now Robin will do, you know, hot yoga. She loves hot yoga. She is fit as a fiddle, and she actually said that she would go with me. So I think I'm going to hold her to it. I'll pay her $10 and just go do it and have an experience at least. If it's the only thing we do once, you know, so be it. Should be fun. Okay. I think there's one more thing I was going to show you, and then I'll do the dolls, and I think that's it. Let's see. Wow, it's gone on for about 25-30 minutes. I don't know if any of y'all know about this. I didn't know about it till about a year ago. It's an app on your phone, and it's Groove Book, like Groovy. You pay, I think it's $3.99 plus shipping, and you each month, I think by the first or second of the month, you pick out 100 pictures, and they print them out for you. All those cell phone pictures that you take and you just have on your cell phone. Originally I had, I lost my train of thought, but originally I was going to use it for scrapbooking, and I still may. And you know, I take pictures of the cards I give my parents. I found cute pictures of my daughters that I came across, that I took pictures of the pictures. And here's my lovely daughter Jennifer getting married, I think about 6 years ago. It's just a way to capture those memories, and geez, for the price of it, it is so worth it. Anyway, Groove Book, and I think you maybe even get your first month free. I'm not real sure, but you know, to get 100 pics, you know, I think they're 4x6s, and of course they offer other things. You can get duplicates, or you can get them in large, but you know, I just do this, and I'm getting quite a few pictures that I have actually in hard copy. So I highly recommend that. Oh, one other thing I wanted just to share, I ran across it. I'm just all over the place. Sorry about that, guys. For Mother's Day, my girls got me the Ginger stork scissors. My grandmother, when I started quilting, gave me the little bitty Ginger scissors with the leather case, and I still have those, and she gave me the larger shears. And I just love Ginger because it reminds me of my grandmother. And the stork, I love the stork. I actually made them sewing kits when they were, I would get those caboodles. And in one of the caboodles one year I made art kits and all the supplies to do artistic things. And then a sewing kit, and in there I had gotten them the stork scissors. So to me, they have a special meaning to me. Okay. Almost finished, guys. Okay. In the theme of ballet, I pulled two of my Madame Alexander dolls. If you can see them. My grandmother, Granny Vera, who I did the pick-to-pat of, who was a flapper in her day, for several Christmases she gave us Madame Alexander dolls. And this one, I believe, is, let me see if I can fit, I think it's Swan Lake, I'm not sure, but it's just lovely. And on eBay you can find them for really reasonable prices. And this other one, her head, she needs to be restrung. I don't know how to do that, so I would need to take her to a doll store. But here she is, pretty in that ballet pink. So I know it's crazy, a 50-something gal that still collects dolls, but they just touch my heart and always will. So I guess I could have worse things that I'm addicted to. Okay. Coming up, I think you can tell that I'm pretty, I like Marilyn Monroe a lot. And I came across this doll. Oops. And I'm trying to think, it's either, I'd have to look up who made it. Maybe I'll see it on here. Too tiny for me to see. But it's Marilyn Monroe. Let me get her all set up here. And she's in the dress that she wore right before she died. In May, she did the performance. Of course, this is not going to work for me. Well, I'll just hold her. For President Kennedy. I don't know if you can see her. And it's got a microphone and a stand. And I'm going to hit this button. And hopefully you can hear it. And it's her singing, the actual recording of her singing Happy Birthday to the President. I think it'll stop here in a minute. And she's just exquisite. She's jointed. It's vinyl, but it's very high quality. And the haircut is just lovely. And as you know, this was a very iconic moment in history. Hit that down there. And like I said, this was in May, and then she died early August. I think it was about 2 to 3 months later. So, and I don't think she killed herself. That's my theory. I do believe there's too many funny things that happened around that, calling it in for the coroner to come, and her, the woman that worked in her home. But that's me, that's my thoughts. And anyway, I think she was beautiful, and to think that she died at age 36, and my daughter's going to turn 35 in August. And it's just hard to believe. I mean, she did so much. Yes, she was flawed in many ways, but given her early start in life, to me, she's just amazing. and left the world too soon, but she is known around the world. And what is it? She died in 62. So ages later, she's still one of the most recognized people, I would think. Well, I hope y'all are doing well. I hope the lighting is somewhat better. I changed the lights on this ficus tree to the same warm tone, so one wasn't cool and wasn't warm. Got a new lamp on the other side. Hoping it came out a little bit better. I have a fan in here because it gets hot. So hopefully I turned it down so it's a little bit lower so you could hear me. So hopefully improved a little bit, maybe not perfect, but for the last week I had, I'm lucky to even get this done. So happy trails, happy stitching. Bye guys.